What you allow will continue. So many times I get clients into my rooms and the first thing they say is, you know, I've been seeing you for a while now, but nothing is changing. You know, my husband still abuses me, whether it's verbal or emotional, he still abuses me. And then my answer is very simple. What you allow will continue. Now, you might say, Lizette, you don't understand her circumstances. You know, she's in a very bad space. Her husband is terrible. Now, who's choosing to have this battery every single day? She is. And if she doesn't change, it will continue. So what she's allowing will continue. Now let me use another example. So you are very unhappy at work. You don't like the circumstances, you don't like the managerial or the executive committee that you work for, the culture is all wrong, nothing works for you. And what's the first thing you do? You go, I'm so unhappy with my work, oh, let's just go slave the day again. And 3 years down the line, you still work there. And when I meet you again, you go, oh, you know, it's still the same old story. I'm still not happy. You know, I assume it never is going to change. Really? So who do you expect must make the change? Who do you expect must make this work for you? I love the saying, it says, if it is to be, it's up to me. And the moment we realize that nothing happens in our life without your action, the things that I do, I cannot sit here and say, oh, I'm not happy with my circumstances, and don't do anything about it. Yes, I understand, especially where you work, you cannot just leave and say, okay, I've had enough, I'm moving on. That you cannot do because you need the paycheck. But the moment you make the decision that I am not going to allow to let this culture and this work environment poison me, what happens then? Suddenly you change your mind shift, your focus changes, and you suddenly start looking at more prospects. You take action and put your name out there in the market to say, I'm available. It might not happen immediately, but slowly but surely you are doing something about it that you won't want to continue. Now you're taking ownership of it. Now, a lot of the women that I see says to me, but I'm in this emotional, abusive relationship. How do I get out of this? You know, I cannot say to him, no, I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that, or you know, I have to do it, otherwise he's going to be angry. Okay, so how long are you going to allow him to do that to you? What do you deserve? And this brings me to my second point. We allow things if we don't value ourselves. So if you allow that abusive relationship or that manager who really gives you a hard time every single day, or anybody who's got that unrealistic expectations from you and you work so hard just to live up to that, if you work towards that and you allow that, my answer to you is very simple. Where is your self-value? Where's your self-love? How do you see yourself? How do you know what you deserve? Now, I can tell you honestly, I don't allow anything that I do not believe in or which I'm not happy with. Some people might say, but Lizette, you know, you've got so much confidence and you know what you want in life. And that's the key. The moment I know what I want in life, and the moment I know I've got value to give, I'm worth it just as much as what your self-worth is, that's mine. The moment I embrace that, I don't have to deal with anything I don't like. Now, the moment you're going to continue with this abusive relationship, how long are you going to take before you make the decision that I am worth it? I am worth love, acknowledgement, recognition. How long? Isn't it time that you take a bit of a perspective, move a bit back and say, so what's the worst that can happen? He's going to be angry the whole night. Now, isn't he already angry every time he gets an excuse? Aren't you already walking on eggs? What you allow will continue. Now look at the work scenario. If you keep on doing everybody's work at work, and you're prepared to work every single night overtime without compensation, whose fault is that? So stop playing the victim. The poor pitiful me. Look what I have got in my life. It's not about that. It's what you're allowing that creates your life. It's not the people around you that creates your life. I'm going to repeat that. It's not the people around you that creates your life. You create your own life. So stop complaining. I always say, when people keep on whining, keep on complaining about the same things over and over, if you're not prepared to change it, then stop complaining. Isn't it time you take ownership? Live up to your worth. You are such a unique individual with so much to offer. Why do you want to keep on battering yourself? Let the negativity take over and say it's okay. I'm putting out an invitation to you today. Why don't you contact me? Let's talk about it. And I can teach you and give you tools of building a life of confidence and self-love. Visit my website, lizettevolkwyn.com, and we can get together. Together we can make the changes that you don't need to allow anything that's against who you are. And you can change. I am Lizette Volkwyn, living life beyond the obvious.